Hey guys, welcome back to another video by Robo Rider. This week I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about advanced motorcycle riding and what it's all about. Now, if you don't like me, the word advanced motorcycle riding, a few years ago I'd have thought it was old fellas with beards riding around on BMWs. Hang on, I'm going to have to start that again. Hey guys, welcome back to another video by Robo Rider. This week I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about advanced motorcycle riding and what it's all about. Now, if you don't like me, a few years ago, if you'd have mentioned the words advanced and motorcycle riding, I'd have been thinking of old fellas riding Hondas with little white goatee beards. But that's not what it's all about. It's about honing your skills and giving you that split second to make a judgment that could save your life. It's not all about riding around in high-vis white helmets pretending to be coppers. There is a section of people who are like that, but it's not all about finger wagging. To me, it's about giving you that edge and giving you the knowledge to get yourself out of danger, or to get yourself past danger before it's even happened. Now, the reason why I got into it was I was riding sports bikes. I was 17, 18, you know, on Fireblades and Firestorms, and I was getting into close shaves, and then it did end up happening a quite serious accident. My brother went on a RoSPA course, and he said to me, why don't you go on it yourself and you might get something out of it, you might not. 4 or 5 years later, I'm now an advanced tutor. It's took me about 3 to 4 years to get to this standard of riding where you're constantly hitting a gold ride. Now, you're not going to go out and ride a gold ride all the time. Even, you know, the senior training officer of our group will not ride a gold ride all the time. You do make mistakes. The point of being an advanced rider is knowing that you've made a mistake and then going out and correcting it and know why you've made that mistake. So it's about you know, understanding that you're not a perfect rider, you're always learning and you're always developing. Now, what I would suggest is to dip your toe in the water of it and maybe do a bike safe course, which is a 2-day course run by the police with help from IAM tutors and RoSPA tutors. So the first day would be classroom based. In the morning you do a morning section where you do highway code, you get introduced to the, you know, bridging the gap between the police and your normal riders. They'll tell you what they're going to do in the assessment ride in the afternoon. Now, this will happen wherever you are. You'll have a local biker down group you can go to. Then the second day you'll have a small briefing, maybe an hour in the classroom, just brushing over your assessment ride, and then a full day riding, usually 2 to 1, but sometimes it is 1 to 1, and you usually get a serving police officer on the Sunday on the second day. Now, that's what I would suggest, and then from there going to either IAM or RoSPA, who I'm a part of, Merseyside RoSPA. Now, our group, it's 6 Saturdays. We do 3 courses a year, March, June and September, which consists of 6 consecutive Saturdays, classroom based for an hour or 2 in the morning, and then a ride of like between 3 and 4 hours in the afternoon. The course costs between, I think it's £80 to £100, but with that you get a highway code, and you'll also receive basically a police rider's handbook, Roadcraft. Now, IAM and RoSPA, this is basically our Bible. Doesn't matter who you go with, they teach out of this. It is quite a heavy read, so I do suggest you break it down into small bits, paragraphs at a time. We tend to tell you what paragraphs you should be reading for the up and coming week, but usually when you receive this book we ask you to read the 3 paragraphs before you come on the first day of the course. You do need a roadworthy bike because we do inspect the bikes each week. So if you've got bald tyres, or if you've got, you know, lights not working or anything like that, that's going to put you in danger, or our tutors in danger, we feel we're not safe, we won't take it out. So you do need to have a roadworthy bike. Plus the fact, if you finish the 6-week course and you decide to do your test, when you turn up for your exam, which gets graded gold, silver, bronze or fail, it's always good to make a first impression. And if your bike's clean, tidy and looked after, then you can spot if there's been any faults with that bike, if there's an oil dripping onto it, or you can, if it's already covered in oil and crap and your chain's not looked after and your tyres are baldy, you're on a non-starter anyway with the examiner. The examination you don't have to take, but if you do take it, it usually consists of an hour and a half to an hour and a half, which will be like a look around your bike, a powder checks, which will be explained to you on the course what that is. So it's basically to make sure your bike is roadworthy for the road before you get on it. You'll then do a 45-minute to an hour ride, a second ride, which you will be stopped through the ride, so he can make notes and do a bit of a debrief and ask you questions within the ride. And then you'll go back to where you started usually, and it's a 15-minute to 20-minute debrief and graded. Now, to me, as I said before, to me, it's not about doing an advanced riding course because you want to finger wag at people. It's not about doing an advanced riding course because you want to do 100 mile an hour everywhere. This is about riding your bike at the speed limits safely, smoothly, making progression. It also gives you the knowledge of the law, which makes you confident on your bike. If you know the knowledge of the law behind you, if you were to get pulled, or if somebody is wagging the finger at you because they think you've done something illegal, you can pull out your highway code and go, well actually, no, I haven't done anything illegal, I can filter there, I can pass there. And so there is some serving police officers who are maybe not traffic road officers that will pull you because they think you're doing something that they don't like or they think is dangerous or unsafe, and you can go, well, excuse me officer, it's actually in blah blah of the highway code, I can do that. So that knowledge breeds confidence, so then you can just go about your ride getting it smooth. And as I say, it's not about speed, it's about riding safely at the speed limits. Where this comes into its own is when you go to a country or a place with the restricted roads, say like the Isle of Man, your advanced riding skills are so honed that you can then take it to the next level and push your boundaries. And then when you then come back to England, Britain, wherever, you're that riding at 60-70 mile an hour then doesn't seem, nothing's jumping out at you, nothing's frightening you. There's a word that we want to get rid of in advanced motor riding, and that's suddenly. It's, the car suddenly appeared, that the dog ran across the road suddenly, he suddenly braked. That's the word that we want to eliminate, because you should already be anticipating what's going to happen. You should already be in the right gear, the right time, the right speed, the right position, and anticipating what is the likely outcome of the situation that's in front of you. And that, to me, gives you the edge over other road users, other riders that could save your life. So even if you come on a course and you think advanced riding is, you're great and you will get something out of it, and that one thing you get out of it maybe saves your life, and more importantly, maybe saves somebody else's life. Because all this going, and I've seen it today, fellas are all kitted up in the latest gear, with a loud exhaust, and they're doing 50 mile an hour and a 30 because they think, everyone's going to look at me. Yeah, we're looking at you and thinking, you're a knob. Let's go down the twisties and I'll overtake you 3 times on my GS. Do you know what I mean? You have to get them on a twisty road, most of these lads, and they don't know what to do, don't know where to be. Not all of them are like that, some of them are responsible, but all I'm trying to say, my personal opinion is, if you're going to dress up like a racer, know how to handle your bike like a racer, take it to a track and do what the racers do. And then when you get on the road, ride responsibly at the speed limit. Everyone has a mad half an hour, you know, but you've got to think that mad half an hour could put you in a box or put someone else in a box and can change your life. So you need to know how to handle that machine, because it is a missile, it's a weapon. As soon as you throw your leg over that bike, you're responsible for yourself and everybody else on that road. So as I say, if I was used and I was getting into biking, the first thing I'd do is book me, once I pass my test, is book a RoSPA course. Also, if you're under 25, it'll help you with the insurance, and you get a discount if you're under 25. I'm almost saying you get a discount if you're under 25. If you're coming back into biking after a long period off, do a course. And if you've passed your test and you're now going up from, you know, a lower license to the full license, come and do a course with us. It's £80, and that £80, one, can get you cheaper insurance on your bike, and two, could save your life. On a personal side of it as well, we have a really good social side. So we have Christmas dues, Christmas nights out, AGM once a year, which is a nice big do. We have summer drinks, we have weekends away, we have weeks away, we have tours away. We've got a Facebook page which is only for people who are part of the RoSPA group ourselves. When you buy the course, you get the highway code, the motorcycle Roadcraft, and that pays for your full subscription should say, for the membership for the year as well, which is usually about £25 to £30. It's 25 quid for single rider, £30 if you want to put a pillion on, and then you get access then to everything that we do socially. And they're a great bunch of lads, the tutors and girls. They are a great bunch of people, and as I say, it's just something that I think every motorcycle rider should do, from CVT 125 level up to ZZR 1400 level, you know, and above, which is what I was. So as I say, this has been a short introduction to it. I will do more videos actually on the bike once we get out of lockdown, and hopefully when we get back to our facilities in St Helens, where we're based, hopefully I'll be able to do videos of actually the courses and what we do, and then put them up for you, week by week basis. Each week's a different section of the motorcycle Roadcraft. So you'll do like week one's introduction and assessment ride, slow manoeuvring, and then it goes on then to like town ride and corners and bends, motorway riding, and then week 6 is like it all comes together, and basically we'll do a bit of everything, and maybe like a mock sort of test of, you know, we won't tell you what grade we think you'll get, but we'll do like a mock test from getting on the bike, powder checks, to finishing an hour ride and a debrief. So please, I'll put descriptions and links at the bottom for RoSPA Merseyside, which I'm based in, but there will be, where your local area, wherever you're from, there will be a RoSPA group or an IAM group in your local area, and bike safe group. What I would say as well is to do a biker down course. Now these are usually free. I know they're free in Merseyside and surrounding areas, Whittle, Merseyside and Knowsley. This is basically a course that is basically first rider on scene. So if you're out with your friends, or you're out on your own, or whatever situation you're in, and you come across an accident, it's how to manage the scene. So, you know, like first of all, you've got to make sure you're not putting yourself in danger. So by stopping your vehicle, you know, it could be on an unlit road at night, you need to make sure that you're seen, so then you don't become a casualty yourself, and then it's just an extra headache for the emergency services. You know, it's informing emergency services of what's happened. Also, it's counting bikes and counting bodies. if you've got 3 bikes, don't presume there's just going to be 3 riders. Them 3 bikes could have had 3 pillions on, so there could be, there could be 6 casualties. So it's thinking a bit outside the box. Well, I've got 3 bikes, 3 riders. Was there any pillions, on board? So where are they? And then it's controlling the scene itself, and administering, your first aid to the most critical, and picking who's the most critical. I've had to use this 3, maybe 4 occasions. One quite serious accident, which wasn't motorcycles, it was 2 cars that were head-on in Southport on the coast road. A really serious accident where the actual person had gone unconscious and gone onto the side, the oncoming traffic, and there was a head-on collision at 50 mile an hour both ways, so it's a 100 mile an hour impact collision. If the force was that strong, it actually threw the young girl out of the car, and me and my wife were first on scene, and everything just clicks in. And out of the 4 or 5 bikes that pulled up behind me, I was riding on my own at the time, with my wife. It was the bikers that jumped off and actually attended the people at the scene. The car drivers didn't seem to know what was going on, and when I got speaking to them after the emergency service took over the scene, 3 of these bikers that had pulled up had done a biker down course. So it shows you, it is worth it, and it's free. You know what I mean? So get you and your missus, or you and your partner. It's a day out, learning a skill that can be used in any form of life, not just on bikes, not just in cars. This, I had to use this in the Isle of Man, where a bike hit a car head on a coast road between Onchan and Ramsey. And it was a German rider. He'd overtook a car. There was a car coming straight on, and he reverted back to, I must be in my home country, and stayed on the wrong side of the road and head on into a car. Thank God everybody was okay, but again, it's not panicking at a scene. So I really recommend you do that course even before you go and do a CBT, and even before you do a bike safe course. Go and do a biker down course. Also after our 6-week course with RoSPA, if you decide to do your test in a month or 2, 3 months, 6 months time, and you think I need a bit of a refresher, you can just get into contact with our main senior training officer, Kev, or our chairman, Mike, or Keith in our club, or Carol, and they will put you on to one of us. They'll give you our number. We'll arrange to meet up with you one Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and we'll take you out for 3 or 4 hours or a day, whatever you need. Wherever you think you need work, your powder checks, your am safe, wherever you think you need, we'll do a day on that, just to get you prepared for your test, so it doesn't end at you do the 6 weeks, we take your money and say it's right, you're then part of our RoSPA family, and we go on from there. So this is just a brief insight into what we're about at RoSPA. Please go and check us out at our website. I say I'll put descriptions and links, but it is well worth it, and it is something that could save your life, your partner's life, and somebody out there that you've never met before. So from now, this has been Robo Rider. Thanks. Stay safe.